They arrested everyone that night. Everyone except the one name they couldn't find. That name was born in Calabria, in a house that taught silence before it taught words. This is your life. You didn't choose it, but it chose you the day you were born. The Ndrangheta is not a gang. It is the most powerful criminal organization on Earth. They control 80% of Europe's cocaine supply. Estimated annual revenue, 53 billion euros. And unlike any other cartel on Earth, it is built entirely on blood, on family. You are born in 1971. Your father reserves the entire hospital wing. 15 men guard the entrance. The doctor is paid 8 months' salary for one night. A handshake in the corridor. Men your father trusts confirming you exist. Through the nursery window, they look at you. You are 4 hours old and already claimed. Your house has walls thick enough to stop a bullet. That is not a coincidence. There is always a man at the gate. You have never known a morning without him. Your father enters a room. Every man in it straightens, without being asked. You ask your mother what your father does. She says, business. You already know she's lying. Men arrive with suitcases they take to closed rooms. They leave without the suitcases. You learn to hear conversations you're not supposed to hear, and never repeat them. The dinner table has a rule. When your father speaks, everyone stops, even the children. You watch your mother make coffee at midnight for men whose names you don't know. She never asks questions. You learn that not asking questions is also a form of loyalty. You are 7 years old. You read a newspaper headline with your family's name in it. Your father takes the newspaper away, locks it in a drawer, locks the drawer. Your best friend is Matteo. He asks you what your father does. You say, business. You used the same words your mother used. You understand now why she used them. At 15, your father opens the back room door. He tells you to come in. On the desk, one envelope. He doesn't explain. He doesn't need to. You walk across town with it. Someone you've never met follows 20 meters behind. You deliver it. The man at the door confirms who you are without asking your name. On the doorstep, a chalk mark, a symbol you've never been taught, but you remember it. You walk home. The man who followed you is gone. He was only there to watch you. The collections become routine. Bakeries, restaurants, construction firms. Every Tuesday. The owners never look up. You learn that looking down is how they sleep at night. You are called to your first real meeting. 9 men in dark suits. You are the youngest. Greco looks at you across the table. He says your name, not your father's name, yours. Matteo and you still meet at the school gate. But something has already changed. He wants to study law in Rome. You tell him that sounds good. You mean it. You walk in opposite directions. A man follows you. Nobody follows him. That is everything. You meet Sophia at 21. She is the only person who asks who you actually are. You tell her you work in logistics. Every word you say to her costs you something. She leaves. She doesn't say why. You know why. You let her go without argument. That night you sit alone and understand. This life and a real one cannot coexist. A man is found to have been talking to police. The bosses make a decision. You are told to be present. Not to act, just to be present. You understand what that means. Afterward, your hand forms a fist at your side, then slowly opens. The only honest thing you do. There is a ceremony. A courtyard. A flame in your palm. Words spoken in dialect. Your father stands in the circle. He gives one nod. No embrace. No words. Just the nod. The n-DRANG-geh-tah has no retirement. You understand this now. You understood it years ago. You marry Rosaria. She is from a family like yours. She asks no questions. She never will. You now run 12 men, a territory, 3 towns. The collections run themselves. The cocaine enters through the port of Gioia Tauro. Your family built that relationship. Money moves through construction companies, restaurants, EU funding applications. Perfectly clean. Your son Marco is born. You stand in the doorway of the hospital room. You remember this doorway. You look at your son. You think, not him. You think this knowing it is already too late. Lorenzo dies of a heart attack at 61. 300 men attend the funeral. You don't cry. You look at the men around you and see who will move now that he is gone. You take his seat. No ceremony this time. No courtyard, no flame. Just a chair. You sit. Now you are the one who sits at the head of the table. The room goes silent when you speak. Matteo is now a prosecutor in Reggio Calabria. His name appears in your morning briefing. You and Matteo are now on opposite sides of the same Calabrian town, 40 meters apart. Marco is 15. You watch him at the dinner table. He is watching the same things you watched. He finds your newspaper. Not a newspaper. He finds what is under the newspaper. You find him there. You take it away. You lock the drawer. You have become your father. Marco is 17. He asks you to teach him the same words you never said to your father. You say nothing for a long time. Then you push a white envelope across the desk. Marco walks across town with it. You watch from a window. You do not send anyone behind him. Matteo's team wiretaps 3 phones, none of them yours. They are getting closer. A man you trusted for 12 years is arrested on a Tuesday. He knows everything. You move your family to a different house that night. No explanation to Rosaria. She doesn't ask. The new house has the same thick walls, the same high windows, the same man at the gate. The arrested man talks for 6 days. On the 7th day, he goes silent. Permanently. You receive a report. Matteo has requested a search warrant for your brother's house. You and Matteo have not spoken in 20 years. You call him. He picks up on the first ring. He says, "I know it's you." You say, "I know what you're doing." Neither of you says anything else. The call lasts 4 minutes. You both hang up. Nothing changes, and nothing is the same. The warrant is served at dawn. Not your house. Your brother's house. You watch from the street. Your brother is let out. He looks at you across the street. You do not look away. That evening, Marco comes to your desk. He says, "I want to help." Your blood goes cold. You say nothing for a very long time. Then you say, "Not yet." Marco nods. He will wait. 3 in the morning. You sit at the kitchen table like your father used to sit. You have never been arrested. You have never been photographed. You are almost invisible. You think about the boy on the school steps. He is still there somewhere. Both of them are. The Ndrangheta has existed for over 150 years. Every boss believed he was the last one. None of them were. You know this. You sit in your father's chair and you know this. Somewhere tonight, a boy is standing on a chair, looking through a high window at the street. He doesn't know what he's watching. He will spend the rest of his life finding out.